I
Yeah,
think it went.
it went well. Yeah, it was a very high scoring game week.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Yes.
so lots of good teams. It'll be interesting to see over the next few weeks like how it does, because could equally just be like a game week 2 could like be the complete opposite.
Yeah, yeah. That's the first game is always, I think, like a high scoring one most
Yeah.
of the times. Like, so how much did you score? Your Raya was a very good pick. I was remembering like when you
Oh,
selected
right. Yeah.
Raya. Yeah, Raya, yeah,
Yeah, it worked
that
out
was
in the
good
end,
pick.
but you know what? Like saying that, Arsenal could have scored, um,
Mm.
but I think over the season he will make a lot of saves. So I actually took him out of my team, Sanchez. But you know what? The rest of my team did well. I got 108 points,
Oh, that's great.
mostly come from Salah and Fernandez. But then I had
Mm.
like 3 good punts, which was Jota, Son, and Ben Rama. Ings was quite lucky to get a goal. I had Bertrand, who I was debating between whether to get Pereira or Bertrand. I had Pereira in my team quite a while, and then I switched him to Bertrand because he was cheaper. But then obviously he had got COVID, so
Yeah,
But then luckily I had Henry, Rico Henry from Brentford. So I didn't have Raya, but I had Henry. He came off my bench and got 6 points. So um, I should be able to share my scores. I'm on my phone. Can you share your screen on your phone?
yeah, yeah.
See if I can share.
Just I think just wait a second. Yes.
No, I don't think so. Let me see if I can join from my laptop. But yeah, how about you?
Okay.
How was your team doing?
I was okay, but I was a little disappointed because everyone is. This was the time when you get over 100, right? I just got 96, but I'm pretty happy. Once again, I paid for like not picking Fernandez the captain. I always do that
Bruno.
somehow.
Yeah. Did you pick Salah?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like most of them.
Yeah, I mean, it made sense though. It made sense because
Yeah, yeah.
if Fernandez hadn't, if he'd only got 1 goal and everyone else had captain Salah, that's a much bigger risk. So
Yeah,
it made sense. It's just it wasn't as good as Fernandez, I guess. I captained Salah as well.
yeah. I'm saying like logically, it did make sense,
Yeah,
but once again, like
yeah,
the previous season, I didn't captain Bruno much, although he was very consistent.
yeah, yeah,
So I always paid for it.
yeah. Me
he
too.
was always in my team. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I remember
somehow,
one season the biggest captain burn that hurt me the most was in when Lukaku was at Everton, and
yeah,
it was very in the early days of like fantasy football where I didn't understand that like sometimes the safest captain is just the best option. And I went for Jermaine Defoe as an alternative to Lukaku because I thought he was like a differential pick. And obviously, Jermaine Defoe got like 2 points, and Lukaku scored 4 goals and got an assist. So that's just like a massive tumble in the ranks in that
must
one.
must have hurt a lot that one.
Yeah, that was a painful week. But yeah, I made up for it later in the season, but I would have had a much better season if I had gone with a safe pick.
Yeah, cool, man. And another one was especially Bonds, Ashley Bonds, and just I was confused between Ashley Bonds and Greenwood and Ben Rama. The
Ashley
latter,
Barnes.
yeah, yeah.
Or,
So I wanted to pick him for the second game week.
oh, you mean Harvey Barnes?
Yeah, Harvey Bonds. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Harvey Bonds. So just wanted to pick him for the second game week, because if I had picked Greenwood, it would have like
yeah,
too much for one game week, right? Just for the rotation, it was okay, but I'm expecting him to make him captain the next game.
yeah,
We'll see what happens there.
yeah.
It looks a good pick.
Just one sec. I'm gonna join on my laptop so I can share my
Yeah,
screen.
sure, sure. Yeah, sure. I'll wait. No problem.
Okay, let's.
I'll remove you with this one, okay? The other.
Yeah.
Oh, no, no. Yeah, cool, okay. Cool. It's done. I'll stop sharing my screen then. Okay, cool.
Okay, can you see?
Yeah, okay. Just.
Okay. Yeah,
It's not
so
coming full screen.
I'll just zoom out. Had
Okay, cool.
Sanchez. So Sanchez and
Oh, you.
yeah, basically the biggest decision I made just before the deadline was whether to go with Trent Alexander-Arnold and like a 7.5 midfielder, or Son
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like a 4.5 defender. So I ended up going with Son, which was quite lucky because Trent Alexander-Arnold was putting in a lot of dangerous crosses. He could have easily got an assist.
Yeah,
But like if I'm just looking at the fixtures, I'm hoping to bring in Trent for either game week 4 or 5, and
okay.
then I'll leave him for. I mean, he probably won't keep a clean sheet against Chelsea, and probably they will keep a clean sheet against Burnley most likely. But you never know. Sometimes they can be a bit of a bogey team, Burnley. But they probably will.
Yeah.
But hopefully he won't get assists then.
Oh, I don't think Simicast will, because Robertson is back in training. I read somewhere.
Yeah, that's
So
a
that's a bit of danger.
yeah. I think my bench is looking a little bit weak.
Yeah.
So like my team for this week, if Simicast doesn't play, then it will be Dyer that comes in. But I'm thinking my transfer is either going to be Bertrand or Jota. So I'll either take Bertrand out for like Dini probably, or take Jota out for another midfielder. What do you think about Man City? Like Grealish, Torres, not Gundogan, Grealish and Torres basically, and Mahrez.
Taurus. I think I'd go for Morris if anything.
Mahrez.
It
Okay.
looks like it looks like much of a favorite of Pep than
What about Grealish?
the Grealish. He would pick, but I don't have confidence in him yet.
Yeah,
In this new squad, just needs time to be settled in. I think.
yeah. No, that's a good point. It's tricky because like he could hit the ground running, or he could get off to a slow start. And it's
Yeah.
like trying to figure that out early is really difficult. I'm thinking about whether to just avoid that fixture completely, Man City versus Norwich, because
Okay.
it maybe. I mean, their fixtures after that aren't great. I mean, they've got Arsenal and Leicester, and like that's a really good fixture to be fair versus Southampton, but that's not till game week 5. So yeah, I mean, what's your thoughts? Who are you looking to bring in for this week?
Might as well stay Dallas. Panorama if I could fit in somewhere, but I don't know how. I have to look at it again. So I have like 0.5 in the bank. I was targeted for Pogba, but I didn't know what to do. I had to remove like Bonds or someone like that.
Yeah,
I'm pretty happy with the team, but just it doesn't look like a you know one that could win a game with
yeah,
for me. Brownhill good. Dallas. I think I went for Dallas, despite many of them saying like you know not to go for it. So I, it saved a lot of money to be quite honest, and I could buy like other premium options as well, like
yeah. I think
Ings and
yeah,
Antonio.
yeah. I think
Ings
that
Ings Ings is a good one too. He's been very good in preseason as well. Not
yeah.
very good, but
I
in
think
decent form.
the only concern with things is that Aston Villa didn't look very good. But they've got 2 good fixtures, so there's no real point in getting
Yeah,
rid of them.
yeah.
Until my plan is to get rid of Ings for game week 4, and then probably getting either Calvert-Lewin or Bamford. But for now, there's no point in getting rid of him because he's got okay,
You have Ings. You have Ings in your team as well, right? Right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see him, so that's why I was talking.
Yeah.
I was thinking like bring him in and start.
Oh
That's what I
right.
was telling to you.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
you
I don't know.
have.
I don't know if I'd bring him in, but if you got him, well, I don't know. He has got two good fixtures, but
Yes. So
Aston Villa looks really bad against Watford. Um,
okay.
he was very lucky to get a goal because it was literally the
Hmm.
97th minute penalty. But if they do click, if they bounce back from the fixture, it could be a good pick. Personally, I would if I was bringing in a forward, I'd bring in probably Calvert-Lewin or maybe even Bamford because um, Calvert-Lewin had high XG and he was getting a lot of chances. Um, then again, that was against Southampton. Um,
Yeah. Okay. So let me have a look on your bench.
yeah.
Can you
So
like
then,
scroll? I think that's the only weakness you have. I think.
yeah, but I've got 1 million in the bank, so I can pretty much
Okay. That's
upgrade.
a good news.
Yeah, I can either upgrade Bertrand or Jota. So that's really
Okay.
my plan. I'll either upgrade Jota to, or maybe even downgrade to. I'm thinking of getting Greenwood in. To be honest, I think whilst Cavani's not back, Greenwood could be a good pick. My only concern with that
Yeah.
is that it's quite a short term pick. Like my whole point is to plan for fixtures 4 to 7, and maybe even a bit further on. If I was to get Greenwood in, I think there's probably better options. Although I don't know. I mean, it's tricky. Um, tricky.
I think you should like wait for one more game week, right? So like you have next two transfers next week, and it'll be like much clearer situations. I think, right?
Yeah, my only concern with that is my um, I'm not happy
Of
with
this.
Jota. I don't think Liverpool against Burnley will be a high scoring game, and Jota may not even start. He may only get like 30 minutes. And also, my bench isn't that strong. I've only got Dyer coming off the bench, so if Simicast and Jota don't start, that means excuse me, I've only got Dyer that can come off the bench. Um, so I am considering saving a transfer, but I don't know. I mean, Jota, I may as well get rid of Jota because I'm not going to want to start him against Chelsea. Um, and obviously,
Yeah, get rid of Bertrand maybe. So
yeah. So
this game we got
that's
what?
the other thing. I could get rid of Bertrand. I,
Or
I
you
think
want to downgrade, or you want to upgrade
I think I'll
Bertrand?
probably upgrade because I like to have good defenders. I think there's a lot of value around 5 and
Yeah.
5.5 million. There's not loads of value
Sufa,
around 4.5.
yeah, Sufa could be a good option for you if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, Sufal, he looks pretty threatening.
Yeah, it
And we've
looks
got
threatening.
Palace. We've got some decent fixtures. Let's see. But I'm thinking about fixtures 4 to 7 basically. So um, or for defenders, I'd even want more than 4 to 7. I'd want a long term pick. I like Dean as well. Dean's got some really good fixtures. My only concern with
Yeah,
him is that um, he wasn't looking like he was. He wasn't on set pieces. Townsend was, and um, Everton are still a bit of an unknown. But he's got good fixtures. Like they've got very good
yeah.
fixtures. So it's tricky.
So I think you can pick him because it's a very. I always feel like he's a very good option.
Yeah, I think I probably will go with Dean as the safe pick. I may even take a -4 and go with Dean and another midfielder. I was thinking, in terms of midfield, I'll either go with Leicester or Man City.
So I think what you can do now is you can go for not this time. I think they're playing with Leeds. Yes, the second game week, Everton. So not
Yes,
don't
yeah,
pick Dean yet. Dean this time.
yeah. So maybe go
No should
for Dean in game week 3.
someone who have like you can downgrade this Leicester Bertrand this time, and then next time you can go for Dean or something like that because Dean has like a series of good fixtures.
Yeah, but the only thing is with that, I'm trying to get Alexander Arnold in, so I want my team to basically look like. Let's just try and. Um, I want my team to basically look like this. 1 second. Which means I've got to find. I am planning on getting rid of Son from game week 5 onwards. So that basically gives me. I'll be getting rid of Jota and I'll be getting rid of Ings. So it's basically 5 transfers I need to make between now and game week 5.
Okay.
Basically, I'll be doing that switch in one go, and I'll be doing that switch on game week after game week 3, so on the international break, and I'll probably be doing this switch at some point.
So you can remove Dyer if that's like just and then bring in like Brandon Williams. He's very low in cost. It's, I think £4 million. I think he's got
Which
four
team does he
million
play
pounds.
for?
He's just joined Norwich,
Oh, he
so
played. Okay.
I think he'll play like regularly, and it'll be a good bench option as well. You know.
My own thing is, I quite like the look of Spurs' defense, but I'll have to wait and see if what's he called? If Dyer keeps playing, because they've just brought in Romero. Dyer might get pushed to the bench. But I'll
Yeah,
have
that's
to
what
see
that's yeah.
if he keeps playing. Whereas Tsimikas, like, I may as well do a straight swap from Tsimikas to Alexander Arnold, because it's basically he's not going to play in the future, Tsimikas, and it's more or less like a straight swap. So my planning was basically those 5 basically. So
Who would you like to fill in for Son?
that's a good question. Let's just see how much money I've got if I was to get rid of, if I still have the other players but get rid of Son. Like if I had Dean, let's just put Ings back because he'll be the same price as Bamford. Oh, let's just put Bamford in. So I'll basically have 14.5 million. So if I was to go with Grealish, let's see if I go with Grealish, I would have 6.5 million to spend. If I go with Barnes, let's see, I'd have 7.5 basically. So I think I may end up going with Greenwood, to be honest.
Okay, so you can. How much is remaining after this?
7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
You can go with Dallas. And then you'll have one more premier like midfielder. Is there any above?
Oh right. Okay. So if I was to go with Leeds, no, I don't really like. I think it's if I've already got Bamford. I don't know if I want double Leeds. But that could mean that I'd fit in Mahrez maybe. So I could go with Mahrez like that. Yeah, it'll depend. I think for now, I'm not too worried about the Son spot. I'm mainly just thinking who would I go with for Jota, and I've pretty much decided those 3. It's just basically Jota. So it's either going to be Greenwood or Barnes.
Greenwood is a better option.
Yeah, I think what I could do for now is do Greenwood. Where is he? And then when the time comes up for game week 5, I could change him to Barnes because Leicester's fixtures are actually really good. If we just have a quick look, they have some tough fixtures here. These 2 are pretty tough. Norwich may surprise them, but then after that they've got Brighton, Burnley, Palace, United, but it's at home, Brentford, Arsenal, Leeds, Chelsea. So they've got those 2, basically Chelsea and United, are the only real tough fixtures. I think the rest of them they can definitely score goals in. But yeah, I mean, I can't really think of any other alternatives because, I don't really know what other midfielders. I quite like Sarr. Just have a look at Watford. I don't have loads of faith. I don't have loads of faith in Watford, but he looked like from game week 4 onwards, he looks really good. Like Wolves, Norwich, Newcastle, Leeds, Liverpool, but they're at home. Everton, Southampton. Oh, there's some good fixtures. I
So
also
what
like
you can do, yeah. So
yeah.
what you can do is maybe you can go in for you can yeah, I think no that wouldn't be a goal off. I was thinking like you could like remove Jota and put in Saw, and then you know someone like you'll save up much more for the forward and midfield,
Yeah. The thing is,
right? Because basically,
if I bring in Sarr for game week 2, he'll play Tottenham. I don't really want that fixture, and Brighton could go either way. Brighton didn't look that bad against Burnley, but then again, it was Burnley, so I mainly want him for these 3 fixtures. Like these 3 fixtures look really good, but all 3 of these teams look pretty bad. I'd say Norwich probably looks the best out of these 3 teams. Newcastle looks dreadful. Wolves didn't look that great. They don't really look like they know what they're doing. And yeah, Norwich. I mean, but for Watford, I do really like this guy. I know I've got 4.5 as on my bench, but if for 0.5 more, I could get either Cucho or Dennis. And even if I don't start them in every game, there could be a good pick coming off the bench as like a backup. This guy looks really talented. I don't know if he'll start every game, but for 5 million, he's like you're either going to go with a 4.5 midfielder or a 4.5 or 5 million forward. I feel like if you were going to go for either a 4.5 or 5 midfielder forward, if there was a forward, I would go with this guy or Dennis. So I feel like he's a good backup, but I don't want to waste a transfer just yet because it's not urgent.
yeah.
But so far, I mean, I need to make essentially 5 transfers, and maybe Tony as well. So, I mean, from game week 6 onwards, Tony's got bad fixtures. So I may change. I don't know who I would change Tony to. I mean, I'd quite like to get. I'd quite like to get Lukaku from game week 7 onwards. I don't know how I'd afford that.
Probably you could like downgrade one of the midfielders then.
Yeah, I'd have to probably take out like Fernandez or Salah, which is quite risky.
No, don't do that. I don't think.
From game week 7 onwards, so like
Oh yeah,
game week
don't do
7,
that.
United have got Everton, Leicester, Liverpool, Tottenham, City. Like some pretty tough fixtures. Maybe not Everton, but these 4 are tough. I think they'll score a goal against Leicester, but Liverpool is a tough offensive fixture. So is Tottenham. So is City. So, I mean, yeah. Although saying that, Ollie has got a good record against Man City, so it is still risky taking out Bruno. I'll have to kind of see how that goes, but I don't know how I would fit in Lukaku. I don't know how I would fit in 3 premiums. My only other thought is maybe I would go for Mount instead of Lukaku. So I could do like maybe have Greenwood and Mount or Barnes and Mount. But Lukaku would mean I would take out Son, but then like I don't know how I would have. I've got 2 million. I can't buy any players at 2 million, so it would mean I'd have to basically take out Greenwood as well, and that means I'd basically have to have a 5 million and a 4.5 million midfielder, which I don't think is worth it. Or that I'd have to like penny pinch around here.
This one, Dyer.
Yeah, probably Dyer and maybe even Henry and maybe
Henry, yeah.
Dean to afford. But I feel like it's too. It messes up too much. It makes my squad quite imbalanced. So I don't know. I may end up going for a cheaper forward, maybe, and maybe trying to go for 3 budget picks, or maybe even Ben Rama. I may even get rid of Ben Rama and like try something around that. I may put 4.5 in. Like I say, it's quite difficult to fit Salah, Fernandez, and Lukaku in. But at some point, that will probably be part of the template. So it's good to kind of think about that now. But yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty tough to like really fit in all those 3.
Yeah.
Especially with the prices. Much better it was last season when Fernandez was like 10 million or so.
Yeah. What's your plan for your team?
I think I will wait this game week.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's better to wait.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy.
Yeah. like get some more information first and then make a move. Yeah, that could work too. I mean,
And I'll just share my screen. Wait.
are you sharing?
Oh yeah, I'm trying to do that. Oh, can you just close? Oh yeah, okay. I think I need to close for that.
I'm trying to figure out how to link my calendar up to my phone to my.
Sorry?
I'm just trying to figure out how to link my calendar up to my computer. Do you know how that's working? Let me just check.
Oh, you can sync with Google. You have.
Yes, someone sent me a Google Meets invitation, but it's only available on my phone.
You can. I think it will be done in that fantasy website only. I think you can do that there.
Anyway, yeah. Sorry. Let's see your
So
team.
like Dallas. Okay. So I'm pretty happy with the goalkeepers. I'm pretty happy with the defenders as well. I think I'll replace him with Williams. That's what I want to do. Like whenever. So he's in Manchester United right now. So we'll go to Norwich, and that's what the news says. So like he'll be a good starter there. So and have a good fixture there. And yeah, pretty much. Maybe I will not for the game week 2, but in the later seasons. Maybe I'll remove Bonds as well, but he's got good fixtures, good set of fixtures in there. So pretty much, yeah, I think it's pretty much set. The only issue is with Tony. Let me see Tony. So yeah, I'll change it here from game week 6 onwards.
Yeah.
So it looks. Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait for some information, and then we'll see whatever happens.
Yeah. You got a good defense there. I like your defense. You've got 4 solid starters there, and your midfield is very, very balanced, which means you can be quite flexible in that. So we'll see. I mean, game weeks 1 to 3. I said in one of my videos, the judge will be from the points scored from game weeks 1 to 3, not from game week 1. So whoever averages the most over game 1 to 3, I'll consider that the most successful period for now, and then obviously consider the average from game weeks 4 to 7, and then after that, but like because the players you've got now, you probably will, the template team now won't necessarily score well over 2 and 3. So the players that get ahead in game week 2 and 3 will be the ones who who just have the best players basically. Like there could quite easily be a player which disrupts the template. Like who do you think? Like it could be Mahrez. It could be.
What about Pogba? What do you think about Pogba? I thought he was not good for FPL.
Yeah, I think Pogba's a weird one because.
Once have I picked him in my FPL team.
I've picked him before, and he does really well on bonus. By the way, Pogba is an absolute bonus magnet, but he just doesn't. He might not be consistent. I prefer Greenwood to Pogba because I know that Greenwood will probably be a little bit more consistent. But having said that, I mean, it's very difficult. I mean, they have really good fixtures. I'm very curious to see how Wolves do this season because if Wolves don't do that well, they're very much a team to target players against. Like if Wolves do badly, then like for example, if I wanted to go as a risk, I could captain Son against Wolves. I probably won't do it, but if they are that bad, then people could also captain Fernandez during the game week 3 when they're playing Wolves. So it'll depend a lot on like keeping an eye on the teams and seeing how they do.
So, like, do you think I should like bring in a 4.5 goalkeeper, or just like wait, just like keep
4.5
it like
goalkeeper.
this?
I'd keep it like
Yeah,
that, and there's no reason to transfer on your goalkeeper. I would only
yeah.
transfer on your goalkeeper during a wild card, or if your
Okay,
goalkeeper looks really bad. But Sanchez
okay.
doesn't look that bad.
Yeah. Like it's very popular too.
Yeah,
So that's it.
exactly. So,
That's
yeah,
yeah, yeah. That's it. Like I don't want to change it much
yeah,
until now, unless something happens. So I don't want to change it much. So I think it's good enough.
yeah. I think you've got a pretty well balanced team. There's not really much that needs changing there. Who are you going to bench? Are you playing for at the back?
So like my forward will be like consistent. Everything looks good. West Ham, Everton. Should I play in Dallas somewhere? Uh, no, it's good. I think the team looks good as well.
Yeah. What about if you're trying to fit Lukaku in? What about doing like a 4-4-2? So like
I think just
if you got if I put a 5.5 midfielder in,
yeah.
and so hang on a sec. Let's just we do it with your team. So like try and figure out a way where you can fit in Fernandez, Salah, and
Lukaku.
Lukaku. Yeah,
So I
it'll
should
probably be for
probably
Tony because
sell.
um, during that fixture period, you'll probably want to get in Calvert-Lewin or Bamford. I think that they will eventually hit form, and you're probably going to want to get rid of Tony in game week 6. So
Now let's see. Chelsea Fishes after game week 7, right?
yeah,
So yeah, after Tony, maybe. Um, I have to. So 4.5 remaining. That's a tough one, right?
yeah, it would require like some
Uh,
shifting around.
where can I deduct Antonio? Okay, so who's a good forward? Like you just named one. The one from I don't know Watford maybe.
Yeah,
I'd go for
Cucho
Saw.
or Dennis.
Cucho, yeah. Just I'll go. I think I'll go for Saw.
Star, okay.
Go for Saw. He'll save up some money in there. 12.0, right? So what happens if I just don't look good. I don't know. So what's his fishes, Antonio? It's still good. You have to keep him in. Brownhill is the guy. 5. I don't know where I can deduct from that.
I think it'd have to be your defense.
2.5.
It'd probably have to be your defense. Well, that's tricky because it means you probably have to get rid of one of Kufal or Digne. I don't know which one I'd get rid of.
Let me see his 7. If I remove the 7, 8, 9. But yeah, I'll have to fit in somewhere. So who's? Let me see menus. Menu 7. Also, like I have to remove Shaw maybe. Shaw. Put Dean in. Williams. Where is? Oh, Ben White maybe. I don't know. White. Okay. Let's go in. Let me see his fishes. He looks good. Right. I don't know whether picked or not. Right. Defense looks big. So I have Cucho in.
Also, I'll have to probably head off in about 2 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But I think
Yeah.
we've
So
covered.
this, if I have to like really get Lukaku in, so this would be like pretty much it.
Right. So
It really disrupts the team,
that's
doesn't
what
it?
I mean. Yeah. It's difficult though because I think a lot of people, at some point, a lot of people will own Lukaku, and a lot of people will be captaining him. So I think it will be
Yeah.
good to make sure to plan to get him in because at some point during the season he will probably get like a hat trick or go on a streak of goals and consistency. The
So
question will be: should you get 3 premiums in Salah, Fernandez, and Lukaku, or should you have 2 premiums? One
I
consideration
will.
could even be having 3 premiums, but one of those premiums being Son and not being Fernandez or Salah. So that could
Yeah.
also work as
So
well.
so if you really want Lukaku in, I think we have to like either remove Salah or Fernandez.
Probably, yeah.
Um.
Otherwise, the rest of your team gets pretty disrupted.
Yeah. Yeah. Choose.
The
Okay.
only way of not doing that would be if like some good budget options emerge. Like if between now and game week 7, some really good budget options emerge, we might not have to get rid of Salah and Fernandez.
What about Ben Rama? Let me see Ben Rama's fishes. This looks good. So probably I'll remove him. Uh, where's this guy? Okay. Sarin. Maybe I'll double up on Leeds. So Bamford. Okay. This looks
Right.
good. Good enough. So one more. So like I would like to invest in defense. Somewhere like. Would you like any suggestions for defense?
I think at some point people will need to get a Chelsea defender. I think throughout the season they're going to score the highest clean sheets. The only difficulty is that he does rotate players a lot. So the only safe picks I can think of would maybe be Rudiger. I think Rudiger could be a good option, but not until game week 7.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Either that or see if Azpilicueta's starting regularly, maybe him. But really, I think I don't like the rotation risk. So it either means you have to have a Chelsea defender and a good bench in case they get rotated, or have a Chelsea defender who you know is definitely going to start.
so this would mean like my team. If this looks much better, right? Than the other team.
How much money do you have in the bank?
I have like if I play Saw in, so it will be like 2.5
Yeah,
million.
that's good. I mean, but obviously just check Watford's fixture from game week 7 onwards, because they are a promoted team. They I think they will only score loads of goals on the counter attack. They're not like an open play team or a set pieces team. They scored well against Aston Villa because they hammered them on the counter attack. So
7. Okay, I should remove that. It's not good. It's not looking good.
anyway, I have to get off now. But
Yeah. Okay.
we'll keep in touch for next week. Maybe even, if you want, we can always do another podcast on Friday. Maybe if you want to do that. But if not,
Yeah.
that's
Cool.
fine.
Cool. No problem. Yeah. We will
All
see.
right.
We'll see, man. Okay.
All right.
Thanks,
Cool.
bro.
Cheers, man. Take care. Bye bye.
Cheers. Yeah. Thank you. How do you end this one? So that is it for today, guys. Saw. Is there a Saw I should probably. Pretty much looks good. So that's sorry. Hello, irresponsible. Are you still there? Yeah, you can show us our team. You can like post it. You can comment it. We'll put down in the comments below, or you can type in. We'll wait. Who do you think should we put instead of for an 8.5 million defender? Okay. Okay. So we didn't look at that. Oh my hurts, man. You still there? Hello. Yes, we do rate chat's team as well. Come on, Rose, man. That's how you do it. Hello, irresponsible. Yes, we do rate chat's team as well. So put down in the comments below after this broadcast. Until then, I will see you and find the defender. Only the 8.5 player in there. So good luck, guys. Thank you very much. We'll see you in the next one.